Next method is by side chain chlorination. Side chain chlorination. Toluene on treating with excess of chlorine in presence of sunlight, it forms benzyl chloride, and which on hydrolysis gives what? Benzaldehyde here. So toluene on treating with excess of chlorine in presence of sunlight forms benzyl chloride, which on hydrolysis gives benzaldehyde. So now this toluene, it reacts with excess of chlorine. Chlorine must be taken in excess amount in presence of what? Sunlight, so that this methyl group, two hydrogen atoms are replaced by what? Chlorine, so that side chain chlorination takes place. Here it will form benzyl chloride, that is CH. Two chlorines are attached to the carbon here, two hydrogens are replaced by what? Chlorine here. So this is your benzyl chloride. This benzyl chloride upon hydrolysis is nothing but what? Addition of water. You take 2 moles of water here. This water is broken in the form of H plus ion and OH minus ion. Again here this will be negative and this will be what? Positive. More electronegative and electropositive. You break this bond, you add one OH this side, H this side. Break this bond, add OH this side and H this side. So that what you will get here? You will get 2 OH upon a single carbon atom like this. This is a CH and this will be OH and this is another OH. Already we know that 2 OH upon single carbon atom is unstable. Again it loses a water molecule, so that this bond pair is taken by oxygen and this bond is removed outside, so that this H plus and OH minus will be eliminated, which loses a water molecule here. Always you keep in mind, whenever 2 OH are present on the single carbon atom, always you have to eliminate one water molecule, so that this becomes as carbon oxygen double bond. Ultimately we will get a benzaldehyde here. So this is C double bond O and H. This is benzaldehyde. So this is what the preparation of benzaldehyde by the side chain chlorination of toluene. This toluene undergo what? Side chain chlorination here. Next one. So the next method is determine Koch reaction. This is method for the preparation of benzaldehyde. In this reaction, benzene reacts with a mixture of carbon monoxide and HCl in presence of anhydrous AlCl3 to give the benzaldehyde. Benzene reacts with mixture of carbon monoxide and HCl in presence of anhydrous AlCl3 to give benzaldehyde. So this reaction is also called as formylation. Formylation of benzene. In this one, this benzene it reacts with a mixture of carbon monoxide plus HCl in presence of anhydrous AlCl3. This is a Lewis acid. AlCl3 is Lewis acid. So this one, the carbon monoxide plus HCl is nothing but HCOCl. This is formal chloride, we call it as HCOCl, and this chloride is taken up by the Lewis acid, so that here an electrophile is generated, and this is attached to the benzene ring to give what? Benzaldehyde. So this become as CHO. This CHO is attached to the benzene ring. This is actually ESR reaction. So you will get what? Benzaldehyde. And this is your benzene. So this is how benzaldehyde is obtained from benzene by treating it with a mixture of carbon monoxide and HCl. It is also called as formylation of the benzene, and it is Gattermann-Koch reaction. You have to remember all these named reactions. Okay. Next point, ketones. Here there are some special method for the preparation of ketones. So the first one is from acid chlorides. These acid chlorides are nothing but RCOCl. Now these acid chlorides, they will react with the Grignard reagent to form the ketones. What is Grignard reagent here? Grignard reagent is nothing but alkyl magnesium halide. So which gives the alkyl group here. Here this alkyl group is being electronegative. This is partial negative, and the remaining part is taken as what? Partial positive here. So you have to break this Grignard reagent like this only. Alkyl group is given outside in the negative form, and this is what? Positive part here. Okay. These acid chloride, they will react with alkyl magnesium halide, nothing but Grignard reagent, to form the ketones. So we will take RCOCl. They will react with the Grignard reagent RMGX to form what? Ketones here. How this Grignard reagent is broken here? This is partial negative, and this will be what? Partial positive. Here also this is a partial positive carbonyl carbon, and this will be what? Partial negative. This positive reacts with negative, and this positive reacts with negative here. So what is the main product obtained here? Ketone, RC double bond O, and this alkyl group is attached here. So here ketone is formed, and this byproduct is neglected here. And again this ketone, again it will react with another mole of Grignard reagent. To form tertiary alcohol. This is a partial negative, and this will be what? Partial positive. This alkyl group, it acts as a nucleophile. It attacks the carbonyl carbon, so that these electrons are transferred to the oxygen here. So what will be the product here? R C oxygen with a negative charge, and here that alkyl group is attached from the Grignard reagent. This alkyl group is attached here, and already this alkyl group is there, that is written as it is. And this positive part is attached to the oxygen. This is like this MgX it is. This is the positive part. Okay. Now this upon hydrolysis. Hydrolysis is nothing but addition of water here. Just hydrolysis is done for this part. This is negative, means here you add H plus, and this is positive part, you add what? OH minus here. So this ketone further it reacts with another mole of Grignard reagent to form what here? Tertiary alcohol. These three are the alkyl group, and this become as what? OH here. So this is alkyl group, and this also alkyl group, alkyl, and this will be OH plus. This is magnesium attached to one halogen and one OH group here. That's why here this Grignard reagent cannot be directly used to prepare the ketone by the acid chlorides, because once the ketone is formed, it will again react with what? Grignard reagent to form the tertiary alcohol. In this case, the reaction will not stop at the ketones. What we want actually, ketones are required here. Again these ketones are reacting with this Grignard reagent to form what? Tertiary alcohol. That's why Grignard reagents cannot be directly used to prepare the ketone by what? Acid chlorides. Therefore, here Grignard reagent, that is RMGX, is not used directly. Is not used directly. So what is the method used for this one? We will see that one. Since here Grignard reagent cannot be used directly for the preparation of ketone by using acid chlorides, that is used indirectly. First this Grignard reagent, that is I will take 2 moles of RMGX. This Grignard reagent is treated with the cadmium chloride CdCl2 to form dialkyl cadmium. These two alkyl groups which are present in the Grignard reagent, they are transferred to the cadmium to form dialkyl cadmium like this. This is R2CD plus this is what 2 moles of MgX. They will react with what? 2 chlorines, 2 times of Mg. This is X and this will be Cl. So that Grignard reagent is converted into what? Dialkyl cadmium. Now this dialkyl cadmium, it will react with acid chloride to form what? Ketones here. So this is your acid chloride like this. I will take this on treating with dialkyl cadmium. 2 alkyl groups are attached to the cadmium here. So that here CCl bond is broken, 1 alkyl group is added. That's why you have to take 2 moles of acid chloride here. That 2 alkyl groups are added to the acid chloride and these 2 chlorines are removed. Again they will combine with what? Cadmium here. So your answer will be, you will get 2 times of ketone RCOR plus cadmium chloride. Like this Grignard reagent is used indirectly for the preparation of ketones from the acid chlorides here. So ketones are obtained by the action of acid chloride with dialkyl cadmium. Example, suppose if I take dibenzyl cadmium treated with acetyl chloride, I will take 2 moles of acetyl chloride CH3 C double bond O Cl. This on treating with dibenzyl cadmium. This is one benzyl group connected to the cadmium and this is another benzyl group that is connected to the cadmium here. This is dialkyl cadmium. These 2 alkyl or aryl group, they are added to what? This acetyl group here. These 2 chlorines, they will combine with what? Cadmium. So what will be the result here? What you will get? This will be 2 times of CH3 C double bond O and here what you will attach? This benzyl group, this is CH2 and you get a benzene ring plus cadmium chloride. These 2 chlorines, they will combine with 1 cadmium. Just there is a interchange of these alkyl groups and chlorine here. These 2 chlorines are there, 2 chlorine combined with cadmium and next these aryl groups, they are added to what? This carbonyl carbon. So that again you will get what? Ketone. Which ketone it is? This is a benzyl methyl ketone. Benzyl methyl ketone. So always you keep in mind, for the preparation of ketone from the acid chlorides, this Grignard reagent cannot be used directly. If you use it directly, it will form what? Tertiary alcohol. That's why it is used indirectly, that Grignard reagent is treated with cadmium chloride to form dialkyl cadmium, so that the 2 alkyl groups which are present in the Grignard reagent, they are transferred to the cadmium. Now these alkyl groups which are present in the cadmium, they are transferred to what? Acid chloride to form the ketone here. This is what the preparation of ketone from the acid chloride. Next one. So the next method for the preparation of ketones is from nitriles. Nitriles are nothing but RC triple bond N. These nitriles on treating with Grignard reagent followed by the hydrolysis, again they will give what? Ketones. Nitriles on treating with Grignard reagent followed by hydrolysis, followed by hydrolysis. Gives ketone. So for example, if I take CH3 C triple bond N, this on treating with Grignard reagent, that is ethyl magnesium bromide, in this one this ethyl group is partial negative part and this will be partial positive, and again carbon is electropositive, nitrogen is electronegative. This negative is added to the positive and positive is added to what? Negative, during which you have to break this 5 bond. So what will be your answer now? This is your CH3 C double bond, and here ethyl group is attached to C2H5, and this is your nitrogen connected to MgBr. Okay, and this upon hydrolysis, that is hydrolyzed here, that upon hydrolysis what it gives, this is electronegative and this is what? Electropositive here. So you have to break this bond. This side you add 2 hydrogen atom and here you add what? Oxygen atom. So you will get, this is ketone, this is nothing but ethyl methyl ketone you will get, and this is the byproduct obtained here. So CH3 C double bond O C2H5O plus this is NH2 MgBr, so that your product will be ethyl methyl ketone. So this is how these ketones are prepared by what? Nitriles. Nitriles on treating with Grignard reagent followed by the hydrolysis, they will give what? Ketones here. Next one. So the next method is Friedel-Crafts acylation by Friedel-Crafts acylation. Already you have studied this reaction in the first year hydrocarbons, and here benzene reacts with acid chlorides in presence of anhydrous AlCl3 to form ketones. So if I take benzene, this benzene, it reacts with acid chloride in presence of anhydrous AlCl3. This anhydrous AlCl3 is nothing but Lewis acid, which takes a bond pair of this chlorine, so that here this electrophile is produced and this is attached to the benzene ring, so that you will get a ketone. This is benzene ring C double bond O and this will be R here. So this is your ketone. For example, if I take benzene, it reacts with CH3 CH2 C double bond O Cl. This is the propionyl chloride, it is in presence of AlCl3, which is a Lewis acid. This is anhydrous AlCl3 and this bond pair is taken by what? AlCl3 Lewis acid, so that this is obtained as electrophile, and this is your propionyl chloride, it is 3 carbon atom. Propionyl chloride. So this entire thing is attached to the benzene ring, so that you will get C double bond O CH2 and CH3. This is ethyl phenyl ketone. Ethyl phenyl ketone. So like this, by Friedel-Crafts acylation you can prepare ketones. Another example will write. In case of Friedel-Crafts acylation, similarly this benzene also reacts with benzoyl chloride. You will take this is a benzoyl chloride, benzene COCl. This is your benzoyl chloride. So this, on treating with benzene in presence of AlCl3, which is your Lewis acid, and this is in the form of anhydrous, and this bond pair of chlorine is taken by what, AlCl3, and here this electrophile is produced, and this will be attached to the benzene ring to form diphenyl ketone. Here one carbonyl group is attached to benzene ring here. So this is your diphenyl ketone. Also called as benzophenone. So this is what a preparation of ketones by the Friedel-Crafts acylation. Next point. So the next point is the physical properties of aldehydes and ketones here. First we will go for physical states. Formaldehyde is gas at the room temperature. If you take acetaldehyde, CH3, CHO, 2 carbon aldehyde, this is a volatile liquid at the room temperature, and other aldehydes and ketones all are solid at the room temperature here. Other aldehydes and ketones are solids at the room temperature. You can observe here, as the size of the molecule increases, the force of attraction between them increases, hence their physical state is changing from gas to liquid and liquid to solids here. Next point is boiling point of these aldehydes and ketones. Boiling point of these aldehydes and ketones, it is directly proportional to the polarity of the molecule. If the molecule is more polar, it is having more force of attraction, and hence its boiling point will be very high polarity and directly proportional to the force of attraction between the molecules. And here these aldehydes and ketones, they are having a higher boiling point than the corresponding hydrocarbons, and they are having a lower boiling point than the alcohols of the comparable molar mass here. You will see the reason for that one. Suppose if I take 2 carbon alkane, its boiling point will be less than ether CH3 OCH3. After this we will take aldehyde CH3 CHO, then comes a ketone CH3 C double bond O CH3, then comes alcohol CH3 CH2 OH, then comes acid CH3 C double bond O OH here. So this is the order of boiling point of these organic compounds. Here the boiling point of these aldehydes and ketones, they are higher than the corresponding hydrocarbons and ethers, but the boiling point of these aldehydes and ketones are lower than what, alcohols of comparable molar mass. What is the reason for this? The reason is nothing but the force of attraction acting between the molecules. Here in case of hydrocarbon, since carbon and hydrogen, they are having a very less electronegativity difference, they are held together by weak van der Waals force of attraction. Due to weak van der Waals force of attraction, they are having lower boiling point. In case of ether, one oxygen is added so that they become slightly polar. Slightly polar means the force of attraction between them increases and their boiling point again increases. But if you go for these aldehyde and ketone, both are having a polar carbonyl group. These polar carbonyl group in these compounds, they are held together by dipole-dipole interaction. These aldehyde as well as ketone, they are having a polar carbonyl group like this. this is a partial negative charge and this will be partial positive. If I write another carbonyl group, this is partial negative and this is partial positive, and these two carbonyl groups, they are held together by what? Dipole-dipole interaction. So this dipole-dipole interaction is stronger than this van der Waals force of attraction, hence the boiling point of aldehyde and ketone is what? More than the corresponding alkanes here. Again, in the aldehydes and ketone, these ketones are having higher boiling point because the dipole moment of this ketone is more than the dipole moment of the aldehyde. Due to electron releasing nature of two alkyl groups, the dipole moment of this ketone increases as compared to the aldehyde. In case of aldehyde, only one electron releasing group is there, so that the dipole moment of aldehyde is less than the ketone. That's why the dipole-dipole interaction in case of ketone is stronger than the dipole-dipole interaction of the aldehydes here. So the boiling point of these ketones is higher than that of what? Aldehydes. Next, these both aldehydes and ketones, their boiling point is lower than the alcohols, because these alcohols, they are involved in the hydrogen bonding due to high electronegativity of the oxygen, and the force of attraction between the hydrogen. They are involved in the hydrogen bonding, and these hydrogen bonding are stronger than dipole-dipole interaction. That's why the boiling point of alcohol is what? More than that of what? Aldehyde and ketone here. Next, the boiling point of acids will be still higher than the alcohols. Again, these acids are also involved in the hydrogen bonding, but in case of acids, the hydrogen bonding is stronger. They are having extensive hydrogen bonding, we call it as extensive hydrogen bonding, because in case of acids, the OH bond is more polar as compared to the OH bond of the alcohol. That's why in case of acids, hydrogen bonding is very, very strong as compared to alcohols. That's why the boiling point of acids is still higher than the alcohols. So this is the order of boiling point of these compounds here. Next point. So the next point is solubility. Both aldehydes and ketones are soluble in water. Both aldehydes and ketones up to 3 carbon atom, they are soluble in water due to the formation of what? Hydrogen bonding with the water. And as the number of carbon atoms in the aldehydes and ketone increases, their solubility decreases, because the length of the alkyl chain increases, which is being hydrophobic in nature, their solubility in the water decreases here. So both aldehydes and ketones up to 3 carbon atom are soluble in water. Due to formation of hydrogen bonding. Already we know that in case of aldehydes and ketones, there exists a polar carbonyl group which forms a hydrogen bonding with the water here. So this is your polar carbonyl group, partial negative, partial positive, and this will form hydrogen bonding with water here. So this is partial positive, and again this is also partial positive here. I will take another carbonyl group here, and this is partial negative, this is partial positive here. So there exists a hydrogen bond between these two. So they are able to form what? Hydrogen bonding with water, hence they are soluble in the water, that is up to 3 carbon only. As the number of carbon atoms in the aldehyde and ketone increases, their solubility decreases. So that one point we can write, solubility is inversely proportional to the number of carbon atoms. Always you keep in mind, as the number of carbon atoms in the aldehyde and ketone increases, the length of the alkyl chain increases, and that alkyl group that is being hydrophobic in nature, that is not soluble in the water here. Okay. Next point, lower aldehydes and ketones have sharp pungent odor, sharp pungent odor. As the size of the molecule increases, they become less pungent and more fragrant. And these naturally occurring aldehydes and ketones, they are used in the flavoring agents and in the perfumes because they are having a good fragrance here. That's why they are used in what? Perfumes as well as in the flavoring agents. Okay, this is about the solubility of the aldehydes and ketones.